Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway disclosing a big position in Google's parent company, Alphabet, to the tune of about $4.3 billion. The threat of an AI bubble hasn't stopped Wall Street from plowing more and more money into the space. The purchase is a rare move for Buffett, who has historically avoided investments in expensive, high-growth tech, but he missed out on Google the first time, and he's not making that same mistake twice. David, I wanted to come to you because the last time we had you on, I think it was in Brian's seat, we were talking about, Warren Buffett stepping down, and historically he hasn't been super keen on the high growth, flashy tech stocks, right? Value, classic, buy what you know, buy a good stock at a cheap price, and you could argue that nothing about big tech right now feels cheap. Is this sort of him realizing Alphabet's pretty good?
Well, we don't. Maybe you all know more about it than I do, but I don't think we know whether he actually made the decision.
You are very correct.
There's kind of this quiet period right now as to what moves they have made over the past couple of months. So he always has said, as you correctly say, that he won't invest in something he doesn't understand. They missed the boat on Google back, I don't know when it was, around 2015, 2016, and Charlie Unger was very upset about that, and he said that so was Warren. The key is, though, there's just too much money here to avoid. You just can't fight the tape. And the trillions of dollars of investments that is going into the sort of things that Google's involved with, these AI hyperscalers, for example, which is a phrase that used to describe the stuff that's going to be needed to build these data centers. $3 trillion in the next 3 years alone is going to that. So I suspect they just didn't feel that they could fight that tape any longer.
Brian, the joke is Alphabet is sort of the value stock of Mag 7. It's trading at a lower multiple. It's only about 25 times forward PE relative to Microsoft at 29 and 30 for NVIDIA. So if there is a value stock within Mag 7, Alphabet is it.
I wish that Buffett would just break his new rule about not writing anything on investments just one more time. Tell us why he wants to do Alphabet. And the reason he was mad that he missed it is because he said we could actually see the value of Google advertising and search because it affected all these other businesses in our portfolio, and we just didn't have the guts to pull the trigger. But I want to throw something out there because, Dagan, you've said something a couple times about Google and Meta and Amazon investing in AI when they've got profit-making, cash-generating businesses, right? And they're putting all this money in AI. And you made me think about this theory in business called disruptive innovation. And the idea is the hardest thing for a big established company to do is move away from its profitable line of businesses to find the next thing because they always get rewarded in the short term for investing in what they're good at. So what I'm wondering is, you've seen it kind of as a bad sign moving away from those profitable businesses. Is it actually a good sign that these companies are willing to invest in a space where the returns are uncertain and not be hemmed in by their existing business, which is going to be upended by somebody with AI eventually? I submit that for your consideration.
Thank you for your attention to this.
Thank you for your attention to
Thanks,
this matter.
Trump.
So Google is investing in a business that is similar to what it does. It's just a worse business than what it does. It is, so in this sense, Google's only putting money to work because its margins are getting squeezed from AI. Because the AI queries are 10 times more expensive, roughly, to field, and the AI search queries will just serve up the same number of results. See, what Google has done, and it is the definition of, it's a curse word, can I say it? It's the name of a book. Enshittification. It is an entire
That's a book?
theory, yes, Cory Doctorow, of where you and this is what they've done, is that they make you dig around through search results so they can serve you up the most ads. So Google has not had to face any challenge in search for about 25 years. They've certainly had a monopoly on it. But now with ChatGPT,
Yep.
you don't have to mess around with search results. So Google's business model is being put asunder by ChatGPT. Google, with all of this investment, is spending money on something that is a great deal more expensive to field, and at the same time will reduce the amount of revenue it collects from the ads that it serves. Because, you only have to put in one search query rather than, 10 to find the results that you need. So to Warren Buffett's point, he's wrong, and knowing his ego, assuming he's still alive, when you lose your shirt and your pants and your shoes on this, you can just blame somebody else because you won't be running the company anymore.
I don't think you like my theory.
With Google is the one, if I had to put new money to work in one of these, Google is the one that I would not put money in.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
Jackie, quick thoughts?
I'm not going to speak to Alphabet specifically because I think you summed it up very nicely, but I'm going to speak to the overall AI market and investors wanting to still be in on these stocks. There was a portfolio manager that runs about $70 billion in assets, and he, was getting into this debate about the dot-com bubble versus what we're seeing right now. And I just love this quote, so I'll read it to you. He was talking about the dot-com bubble, and he said, "All the capital was fueled by IPOs and new companies with fairly dubious business models. Today, the biggest publicly traded tech companies are on their way to producing close to $1 trillion of free cash flow annually, and doing so with no significant debt." And therein, I think, lies the overall investing case, even in a market that has run up this much.
Debt? Oh, there's a lot of debt. There's a whole lot of debt.
Not that catcher.
Yeah, that $3 trillion in spend, half of it will be debt in the next 3 years.
Yeah.
So, and it's already growing the investment grade bond market by 20% in like the next year. It's crazy. And I could go on, and I'm just going to shut up.
That is a big debate. But we don't have time for that, do we?
Yeah, next block, maybe the commercial. Behind the scenes, Brian did this just for you. I know that you love a good Ford, maybe a good F-150. Here is the good news. You can now buy a certified pre-owned Ford on Amazon if you are a member. You do have to do this through a participating dealer's inventory. So right now it's focused on LA, Seattle, and Dallas. But again, as long as dealers participate, you can get your Ford there.
You know
Would
what
you
I'm
do
gonna
it?
do? Every day I'm gonna put a Ford truck in my cart and then see if Krista orders it when she does the grocery. And maybe I'll get lucky one time and it'll
Krista.
slip by and I'll get a Ford truck.
Poor
I would
Krista.
love it.
My dad, 89, almost 90, texted me last night to tell me that he traded in his Ford for a new one.
No kidding.
Just
Nice.
rando. Not
Good for
the
him.
truck,
Not the
but
Lightning, though.
Oh, God, no.
No.
Not in the middle of nowhere. You don't drive one of those electric
No way.
things. But I was like, despite being kind of treated like garbage by Ford in recent years, well done, Dad.
Hey, there's nothing like getting a new truck, Dagan.
He's living.